The Green Lantern film is fast approaching, and along with the new movie comes new toys. Mattel is once again producing a line of Movie Masters action figures, created with the collector in mind, and this time including characters from the upcoming new Green Lantern motion picture. So let's kick things off by taking a look at the main man himself, Hal Jordan. The Green Lantern Movie Masters figures come in a unique blister card package that is shaped to look similar to the logo Hal bears on his chest. As expected, the packaging includes a lot of green. But enough about that packaging, because you guys want to see the figure, right? So let's rip it open and check him out. Just as with the Dark Knight Movie Masters line a few years ago, the overall feel of the figure seems a little smaller in scale when comparing to the DC Universe Classics figures. This is of course because the figures are built much more to scale with the actors from the film, and not the larger, bulkier characters from the comic books. The head sculpt seems to be a pretty spot-on likeness of actor Ryan Reynolds. The mask piece is just painted on the face with no sculpted details. Also, I do want to point out that my figure does seem to have some paint imperfections around the hairline and the forehead there. It's not too bad, but here's just hoping that this will not be a regular thing across the board with all of the figures released in stores. The details on the costume match that of the new costume seen in the film, featuring all these lines and ridges all the way across the costume. I'm still not real sure how I feel about this look. It reminds me of the musculature seen on those medical charts. But I digress. This is how the character looks in the film, and the figure seems to do a pretty good job of capturing that look. The paint job featured on this figure is a metallic green, so he's very shiny and he really pops out. This may or may not be a good design choice depending on how you feel about that particular look. I know some folks out there aren't really fond of that metallic look, but for others it gives a little bit of a special feel. The articulation on this figure is about what you'd expect with the Movie Masters stuff. It's very similar to what we saw with Batman and even some of the other Movie Masters lines out there. But it is kind of a strange mix of really posable and not really posable. The figure features articulation in the neck, the shoulders, arms, wrists, waist, thighs, knees, and ankles. Now those shoulder cuts are a bit strange. They aren't the usual ball joints that you see in figures like DC Universe Classics. Instead, Mattel opted for a type of hidden joint. But that hidden joint actually hinders the movement, as he really can't raise his arms too high. The knees also feature a similar hidden joint, but the knees actually work a lot better than the shoulders do. Aside from the ring sculpted on Hal's right hand, he also includes the Green Lantern power battery. It features some translucent pieces that seem to glow when held up to light. Here's the big problem with this though. Because the figure's hands feature no articulation, and because of the way they're sculpted, he cannot hold it at all. His hand is much too open, and it's hard to even get it to just hang on his fingertips. It's a shame because this accessory would have been so much cooler if the figure could actually hold on to it. Instead, we're stuck just sitting it on the floor next to his feet. Hal also includes a collect and connect figure piece to build Parallax. The back of the box only gives us a shadowed teaser image of the character, assumedly as not to spoil the movie. Hal comes with one of the arms of Parallax. At least I think it's an arm. I gotta be honest, I'm not completely familiar with this character, but it's pretty cool looking. It's full of gruesome heads, and it's made of a soft plastic with bendy rods inside, so the arm can be twisted and positioned all around. Overall, this is still a pretty cool action figure. The likeness to the actor in the film is great, and it does a really good job of matching the overall appearance of this version of Green Lantern. I definitely think it's really going to depend on if you enjoy the film and the way the characters in the film look, on whether or not you're actually going to enjoy this particular action figure. That's not really saying anything negative about the design of the figure. It's more related to overall opinions and preferences on this particular movie design. Keep your eyes peeled for brand new Green Lantern Movie Masters figures, which should be hitting retail soon. Until next time.